Figueroa.
And I'm Meagan Figueroa.
And we met when we were in high school. She moved from Canada and we met at Palmer High School when we were 15. I figured, that we were gonna get married, but you never really know what comes with that until you're going through it, so.
We weren't really focused on the Lord. We kind of were doing things our own way, trying to pave our own paths. We struggled a lot, and it got to the point that we didn't really care to even be around each other.
We went through a lot of dark, difficult times, and I feel that when we focused on ourselves instead of focusing on, like she said, the Lord, that we found the problems would compound and they would make other problems, and instead of finding a solution and having God to hold strong to, we were just trying to fix everything ourselves, trying to get out of the jam on our own. Those problems would just keep getting worse and worse, as far as, we would start arguing over something completely different, and then, just like she said, it led into us having a difficult time in our marriage.
The label of marriage just makes things harder. I'm not sure why, but it does. And at least for us, because we weren't doing it the right way. We weren't focusing on having a biblical marriage. We were just focused on ourselves and trying to make it work. It was just a very, very dark time. A lot of months went by where I was just trying to figure out what was next, and asking why he was the way he was, and not taking accountability for myself, and just laser focused on everything he was doing wrong. One night when I was feeding the baby and laying him down, I just felt like this dark presence in the room, and I remember I had postpartum psychosis, not diagnosed, but obviously, because I saw the devil standing in my closet, clear as day figure in the closet. And for the first time in a long time, I just bowed my head and I prayed, Lord, please protect us. I started attending here for a couple months by myself, and then I finally convinced Brock to come with me.
I was really reluctant to start going back to church because I grew up going to church, and I knew that I loved Jesus. I knew, the Bible stories and everything, but I didn't have a close relationship, obviously. I had grown so far, and I don't know what was keeping me from coming with her. It was just one day I finally, gave in, I guess, and said that I'll go with you.
You have to put the Lord first. You have to make that a priority in your marriage, and you have to then make your marriage a priority before other things, because even with a solid foundation, if you're not focused on a biblical marriage, if the husband's not, loving his wife as he loves the church, and the wife's not respecting her husband, it does actually affect your marriage, and you might not realize it right away, but then the issues just creep into the cracks of foundation, and eventually you crumble.
The struggles are still obviously present. Things don't just magically disappear and get better, but now that we have a firm foundation on, a foot to stand on whenever we're fighting, and we fight together instead of, pulling ourselves away from each other, we're getting closer.
For the young people, I would say the same thing. Do it the right way, and if you don't know what the right way is, get with the people that do, because it is hard. Marriage isn't easy. It's a fight that you fight for every day. You have to link arms and go into battle together, because hard things are all around us, but you have to choose which heart you want to fight for. If you're in a relationship and things don't feel right, and you're doing everything the right way, and you guys have Christ at the center, but it still doesn't feel right, then maybe it's not the right relationship for you.
You stay centered in your faith is, I think, where I went way off track, but once I got back to that, it kind of, other things started falling into place where they needed to be.
To know, if we put God back there, we're gonna make it through, and just trusting that it was all going to work out. Like having the faith that no matter what, we would make it through.